All right, so did you know there's a courteous use of leaf blowers and how we can do it? It's amazing. So, we're going to see this guide on how to use your leaf blower for your lawn, right? Already a problem. A lawn, like the grass stuff, again, you could just mow all the leaves, but whatever, we'll see. There's a video, there's a list, we're going to see it all. So, right, because the leaf blower can't really do anything actually heavy if you have branches or a stick or, a pebble. It can't really do any of that. It can blow dust around, though, so that's always fun. Everywhere. We wanted to go in the air. We wanted to go in the neighbor's lawn. We wanted to go into the road. We wanted to go into your lungs. Yeah, so it's you have to use like protective eyewear, earwear. You got to put on the right gloves and clothes because, it's too loud and it just disturbs everything. Well, you could just go in circles and blow it everywhere. That's also another approach. Again, so this is the stupidest thing, right? So the leaves, there's like 3 leaves there. Doesn't matter. You could just mow the lawn. And it looks like all they did for the video is they cut the lawn already and they're like, let's throw some leaves there so we can have this woman demonstrating how to use a leaf blower, right? Like the lawn looks perfectly cut, but then leaves fall on. No, they just threw the leaves there for this demonstration. That's the bullshit of this. This many leaves don't require any kind of removal. You just mow your lawn with it and that's it, all right? So again, it's just busy work. It doesn't actually solve any problem you had. The leaves on the lawn were not a problem, okay? And if it's any large amount, you're still gonna have to pick it up, you know? So sturdy clothing, snug fitting, never direct airflow towards objects that are less than 16 feet away. So you have to have like a ruler out there as well. That's also fun. Right, so you actually have to clear the stuff that's in the way. Keep bystanders at least 16 feet away as well. Well, you see people doing this when it's raining as well. There's a couple of videos online of people like in a torrential downpour still using a leaf blower. It's obnoxious. So that's it. Now, let's read through these, right? All right. General rules. Pay attention when using a leaf blower. Don't point at operating in the direction of people or pets. Okay, so now again, the problem is, okay, you don't want the stuff blown in someone's faces, but like the noise travels for hundreds of feet, so they're kind of fucked. Who cares about that? Make sure bystanders, including other operators, are at least 50 feet away. Well, see, that's the interesting thing is, like, looking at the lots here, if you go to Google Maps and like do the measurements, like it's impossible to actually follow the manufacturer's instructions. Like if someone's sitting in a yard or they're walking on a yard, you're always going to be 50 feet from somebody potentially because there's just not that much space. So you literally cannot follow the courteous instructions, okay? The yards are just not that big. Do not use a leaf blower indoors or poorly ventilated areas. Inspect the blower before blah, blah, blah. Never modify a blower. How would people modify them anyways? I'm not really sure. I'm sure they maybe to make it more noisy like motorcycles. Work carefully. You need to be safe, courteous, and responsible. It's like, impossible, but here we are. Now, what do leaf blowers do? I mean, they annoy me, right? They blow up a lot of dust, but hey, they must accomplish a lot of amazing things. Remove grass clippings. Well, I guess, if there's like clumps of it, then you could just like rake them back and If it's a giant clump, blowing them randomly somewhere else, you still want to rake it into the grass, right? Moving one lump over here is like, okay. Matted grass, is that a problem? Again, you could use a rake for that, or some kind of rake, some kind of heavy-duty rake, some kind of hoe. Some hoes are always useful for that, or some other kind of tool. Rain gutters. Well, that's always fun, just to go up there and blow into it, and then it goes everywhere. Or like a civilized person, you could just grab it, put in a bucket, or you could just blow the damp, wet leaves everywhere, and then you have to clean that up, right? Clean farm and construction equipment. How? Like, you could also just scrape if it's stuck in there. I don't know. You could just hose it down. Clean parking lots. Yeah, those dirty parking lots with dust. There's so many videos with people just blowing at parking lots with cars in them often. So just blow pebbles at hurricane force winds against cars. That's always fun. Remove lighter, fluffy snow. Yeah, lighter, fluffy snow. Because again, you can't remove the wet packed snow because it's not enough power for that. And right, that light, fluffy snow, it's just awful. You're not going to trip on that. You're not going to, it's not going to remove the, because a lot of the problems with even light snow, we don't get it very much here in the Houston area. But if it freezes, or if it melts a little bit, then freezes, that's a problem. But your light, fluffy snow that you blow away, it's going to melt the same way and pour in the same place. It's not going to prevent that. So again, it's, oh no, light, fluffy snow. What will we ever do? We have to blow it noisily. So it's not just the spring, the fall, the summer, now in the winter. Fluffy snow is a problem. Dry off pavement. You know what dries off pavement? The pavement. It just gets sucked into it. It evaporates, especially if the concrete or other kind of blacktop, especially, it's hot. It evaporates. It gets sucked in. You don't need to dry off pavement. It does itself. So anyways, again, even the people selling you this crap can't actually tell you what it does. Like, none of these things make any sense whatsoever. None of these things are any massive gains. A lot of it is just extra busy work you give yourself. How to reduce sound? Well, don't use a leaf blower for one. If you wish to make as little noise as possible, don't use a leaf blower. Don't buy the shitty product. Use the nozzle attachments that help reduce sound. Okay, nozzle attachments that help. Really, there's actual things. Is anybody using, right? Nozzle attachment leaf blower. Is there anything? Is this even a thing? A nozzle attachment? What, like this? How does that make it less? I thought you'd put something over the motor or something. Silencer? Oh, that's a college student invent a silencer for it. Well, okay. Let's see here. I think I've seen this article. Yeah, I've seen this article a while back. Right. I've seen this before. Well, okay. We hope. Is this, I thought the engine making it, well, the point is no one's using these, so who cares, You can also use the lowest possible throttle speed to do the job. You'll want to avoid using more than one blower at a time. Okay, well, no, they use many at a time. In addition, check the condition of the leaf blower muffler, air intakes, operating shape. When the blower sound is an issue, purchase sound-reducing blowers from your local lawn care or again, use a rake or a broom. Or sometimes you don't even need the leaves are just not an issue. How to reduce dust? Don't use a leaf blower. And again, all of these are these massive negative externalities that you can't really do much. Muffler, like, yeah, I'm going to buy a muffler for my leaf blower. I don't even know what that is. Start with the nozzle closest to the ground at first, then raise to a height where it does not generate dust. Again, so that is a huge problem that when it's dry, it's dusty, and you're just blowing that into the air, You may want to practice moving grass clippings or a paper clip without moving dust. Oh, this is great. So now to use a leaf blower, you have to wet everything down. Now here's the thing: to remove dust in the first place, people used to, instead of doing lawn clippings, they used to like spray their driveways. Oh, that's wasting water. The stuff that falls for free from the sky, we gotta preserve that. So, you know, yeah, so we can't do that. So use a leaf blower, very environmentally friendly. Yes, just blow dust around and use lots of electricity for no reason. When in fact you could just like leave it alone or just use a broom, hose it down. But you got to hose it down first, you know. So once all the dust is gone, then you can, I don't know, blow nothing there, I guess, you know. How to be more efficient. Well, realize that most of this stuff is busy work. It doesn't need to be done. Or, again, just, right. Yeah, be mindful of your surroundings. Follow local rules and ordinances that don't exist, so that's good. Do not use it very early in the morning or very late in the day. Just make sure it's from, from some sun up to sundown. That's not inconvenient to anybody who lives during that time, but that's fine. You will want to check wind direction and intensity. Never point the nozzle or blow debris towards people, pets, or houses. Do open windows or well, the good thing windows are not open. At least here in the fall and winter, you could maybe even in the spring. Yeah, you probably could have open windows maybe 4, 5, 6 months of the year here. But leaf blowers, so you can. So don't worry about it. All the windows are shut. So always be considerate of nearby people and property. Make sure to never leave the blower running when unattended. Do not spread or miss fertilizer, chemicals, or other toxic substances. Now, that's the funny part, is that I think that's the origination of leaf blowers. That was the origin of them, is I think they were used to spread seeds or fertilizer. I think the Japanese started doing that. Yeah, Hirohito's revenge, the U.S. defeated the Japanese, and then their payback was to popularize leaf blowers in the U.S. So anyways, that's always fun. And so leaf blowers are terrible as usual.